Welcome back, my lovelies. And isn't that quite the vibrant scene in the sunshine to open to in today's video? Especially after we've been away for nearly 48 hours, everybody. Oh yes, out of town yesterday, hence no video yesterday. However, the good news, people, is that we will be able to pop a few shorts up here and there when I am not making a long video. Now, I'm a little teeny weeny bit cautious this morning. We've got the anti-Brexit lot back. We've got a lot of police because the Prime Minister will be heading to Parliament pretty quickly, or pretty soon rather. Now the thing is, the music is kinda loud, but it's not mad loud, so I think I'm going to need to keep speaking exceedingly loudly for a couple of minutes until we get away from the centre area. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough though, to be fair guys, because it's super loud. I have no idea how they've managed to appropriate that. I can't remember, I can't remember if it's the doors, in fact. People are strange. I think that is the doors, isn't it? Anyone help me out there with IDing the music? Gosh, I mean, that kind of destroyed my opener, but hey, I mean, you never know. To be honest though, I probably should know, because it's almost always on a Wednesday when they know they're going to get maximum attention from the police, from the political media, from photographers, and of course from the PM himself, who has to pass that rabble en route to Parliament to answer questions. Which is a bit of a tradition. I mean, it's kind of a waste of time actually, because they don't actually answer any questions. Reason being, it's all kind of, how to say this? I was going to say scripted, but that's the wrong word. Let's just say that it's well prepped for. In other words, they've got a good idea of which questions are coming, and political advisors are the ones that will prep them. They will sort of say, look, this is what you should say, this is what you should not say, blah, blah, blah. So last night, Comrade Keir would have been holed up. No, guys, not that kind of hold up. He would have been holed up, not with his wife, but with his political advisors, going through that little theatrical process of memorizing key facts to respond to certain questions and or accusations that will be tossed across the dispatch box in the House of Commons. Yes, our lovely functioning political democracy. Now, what does that mean for Horse Guards this morning? Well, that's a good question, everyone. Honestly, I have no idea. Why? Because I don't know if they've yet reopened everything, whether we have a restoration of normal service. Has it resumed? I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Now, I can't remember whether they said it was like the 9th or the 11th, some point around now, give or take, was when supposedly the back was going to reopen post-concert and things would return to normal. I'm not this morning, unless he appears in the next 1 minute, hovering around waiting for the PM. Why? Because we've seen him multiple times, so there's not really much we're going to miss if we don't see him coming out. I mean, I can spot the police outriders, I can spot the PM's little vehicles ready to leave. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes. I mean, we called it last Wednesday, so it's not a big deal. So let's continue. I've been much more interested in finding out what's happening in terms of the way the regiments change over. Now, I thought to myself, as this particular week includes the forthcoming lifeguard weekend, it would be better to miss a lifeguard day than a blues day. That's the way I've started to think about it. In other words, in a typical week, one regiment will have 5 days. I know, it's odd, but that's the way it is. And one regiment will have only 2 days. So, for example, the lifeguards this week had Monday and Tuesday, full days. They're leaving this morning. Meaning the blues have today until Friday. They leave on Friday. Meaning the lifeguards are back on Friday until Monday. See what I mean? It's the same every week. So we should expect, I think, Blues and Royals boxmen at this point, and a lifeguard departure imminently. That could be out the back for all I know, hence not worrying about standing around waiting for it to come out the front, because We don't know. Yeah, they might have restored normal service. Now, one thing I have noticed actually is it's relatively calm and peaceful. One of the most pleasant strolls in actually, guys, and it's a beautiful day. As I think you can all see, I mean, it's a glorious day. Very much so. Now, incidentally, quite a few of you messaged me to say, oh, I'm following the new channel instead. Folks, it's not a replacement. It's an addition, an addendum to the main channel. In other words, there's no need to leave the main one. As I said, this is where the new videos, the long form videos, and of course this video, as well as every other, will be published. Yes. Now I'm seeing lifeguards in the boxes. What am I missing here? Actually, were the boots here on Monday? I thought the lifeguards were here on Monday. Have I got the time wrong? I mean, it's... Nope. It's past 11:15. So why do we have lifeguards and not Blues and Royals? I wonder. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but I'm not complaining. It'll be very interesting to see what's cooking. Now, I have noticed what appear to be VIPs, VIPs, Vippy Whippies, folks, in the yard. Now, I can hear, I'm not going to go and stick the camera in their faces because I believe it's either a captain or a lieutenant, 2 pips, and I'm already getting some looks from a delegation, possibly a military delegation, possibly police. I'm not going to zoom in because at the end of the day, although they're in public, they're on private land, and as such, I should be respectful, should I not? Okay, so, horses. Some of our favourite toys are here this morning as well. No, not Miss Rapido from Spain. My favourite tourists, I mean those that wear Bluetooth ear translation devices. Oh, looks like the VIPs might well be going to the stables, in which case they must be super VIPs. Like Vippy VIPs. I've gone over to the wall for a picture with the officer. No idea which country they're from, folks. I couldn't see any flags or other markings. That's nice. Just put your sticky palm on the wall. At least though, bless them, they are each looking at the ground, at that beautiful white line, which is positively jumping into the bright sunshine. Much more visible, isn't it, really, now? To be honest, I'm starting to think they should repaint it every Monday night. Oh. That's it, reach for the stars. The Spanish girl's losing her temper. Can't say I blame her, to be honest. They're all pushing in behind her. Oh, here's another one. I do love the enthusiasm, I'm not going to lie, folks. The Chinese visitors are the by far most enthusiastic. Chinese, Brazilian are the 2 most enthusiastic groups of tourists that we get here. Like always super animated and overjoyed with what they find when they arrive here. Which is funny because, as far as I'm aware, they do have horses in in Brazil, and they do have horses in China. So I'm not entirely sure why there is such a fascination. That said, though, I'm pretty sure there's no ceremonial or royal horses in either of those countries. That might well explain it. It's the royal connection, guys, isn't it? You know, this is what people are loving. Okay, so if we got the other... Oh, hold on a second. Somebody mentioned, I don't know, I'm only repeating it because a few of you have said it before, that apparently this guard is indeed Brazilian, which would be quite apt, considering we were just talking about Brazil. Again, folks, I don't know if he is. I'm not saying he is. I just note that a lot of you have mentioned it in the comments. I think because there was some point when he either spoke Portuguese or Spanish or both to some tourists. Now, there is a rehearsal going on. The VIPs have all gone into the stable area, so they must be like hyper VIPs, diplomats, military, politicians, possibly. They've all vanished into the stables. There is a rehearsal, almost certainly for the King's birthday parade, also known as Trooping the Colour. Rehearsal at the back this morning. So that might well explain why we possibly have something a little different. Either that, or I got it wrong. I am sure we will. Actually, wait. Yeah, we were definitely filming the lifeguards on Monday. So it should be a blues morning today. Weird. If nothing happens by 11:30ish, give or take, I'll ask the police if they're expecting a regimental changeover. I mean, the boxes are open. Either way, we're either getting a new regiment or replacement horses at some point in the next 30 odd minutes. Oh, bro's wearing a face. He took it off, little face mask. Oh, parasol. Yeah, good way to scare the horse. It's going to be a warm one, actually, folks. I'm still surprised. And I think some of you have been as well, that the horses haven't yet been watered when they've been on duty. Or if they have this year, I missed it. It didn't happen at any point that I've been here filming, either during filming itself or afterwards when I've been kind of hanging around talking to people. Now, today's about 24 degrees. It's very, very, very warm. I think this is why we'll see the horses likely kept pulled back somewhat. Now, this beautiful beastie, I think, is going to have to be our first candidate for horsey of the day. He's got very interesting posture, almost like a kind of "can I go home now, please" posture. One second, folks. I'll see if I can ID him for all of you. Okay, here we go again with a messy hoof. 1 second. I'll tell you which one I think it is. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is, without even thinking it is. Orion. Now, I know this horse was here on Monday for reasons that don't really matter. So I'm very surprised that he's still here now. In other words, where are the blues? Plus, to be honest, I'm doubting there's both a group of blues and lifeguards in the stable area here, because it's pretty busy in there at the best of times. Yet that whole massive VIP group also went in. I don't know. Possibly the blues arrived 20 minutes ago, give or take, and they're still busy changing over. But the regiment being replaced is normally about to leave, like nowish. So we've either got a serious delay, or the lifeguards have been given an extra 24 hours. I mean, the good thing is, despite there being a ton of people here, actually at both ends there are lots of people, everyone is really behaving themselves. I'm thinking those repainted lines, which, to be honest, are highly, highly, highly visible, just like Orion's perfectly glorious star, are doing the job. Now, I do know, having spoken about it with a couple of the troopers, that Wrangler is a PITA, folks. Yeah, PITA. Now, I'm not going to say what that means, but you can Google it. A pain in the... Yeah, apparently. Not one of the favourites to be mounted on. A little bit, what's the word? Volatile. Let's ask the police quickly if the blues are changing over this morning. Morning. Can I just ask you, are the blues changing over with the lifeguards this morning? It's not till 4 o'clock. Ah, later one, yeah, because of the rehearsals. Thank you very much. Okay, folks, that explains it. So what's happening is we are back to afternoon changes. Ooh, now that's interesting. So the the Blues and Royals, who I was expecting we would see today, are not coming back until 4 o'clock. Now that's kind of curious, because if they're coming back at 4, actually we've got PCSOs here. I wonder if they're going to be looking for pickpockets. If they're not coming back until 4, I wonder how long they're going to be here until. Actually, they probably just changed an 11 a.m. for a 4 p.m. So they'll arrive at 4 today, and they will leave at 4 on Friday afternoon, probably. Okay, the VIPs are coming out, handing over their IDs to the officer. Instinctively, I might be wrong, but instinctively I think it's a group visiting from Pakistan. Yeah, that's my instinctive guess. Oh, yep, look, he's officer is collecting. Officer, can't see actually if he's an officer, doesn't really matter. Point is, soldier is collecting the lanyards. Look, he's like, give me your goddamn lanyard right now. Give it back. I like the fact they're red lanyards. Kind of matches, no, with the regimental theme. Now they are pushing. They're like a little teeny bit. The lady in white is barely in the box, but I think we're all good. Now, I'm certainly not going to be marching in the yard trying to speak to any of the VIPs, guys. If I am right in my suspicion that the group is Pakistan, we are at quite a sensitive period for me to just be marching up to complete strangers. So you know what? I won't. Oh. Oh goodness me, it's not just the white line, it's also the fact that I think the horse thought her hat was an onion or a cabbage. He was giving me that hat. I don't know what that bro's doing in the yard. I hope he's not taking you know what. Oh, he was just doing up his shoelaces. Oh goodness, that was actually super funny. Damn it, it's been a long time actually since we caught the horse taking a piece of clothing, or indeed a hat. In fact, it hasn't happened many times ever, to be fair. I'll try and find the occasions on which it did happen and repost them. Now, in answer to a question that 2 people asked in the past 24 hours, how many shorts are you posting a day? Folks, how long is a piece of string? One day there might be 1 or 2, another day there might be 3 or 10. It's really going to depend on 2 things: time, motivation, what I can find that I think is worth posting, and more importantly, whether the focus is on this channel or that channel at a particular time. So for example, yesterday I did spend a bit of free time getting some videos ready for the other channel. Now, that will not in any way ever take over the primary role of this channel, ladies and gents, so have no fear. There's no cunning plan to replace one with the other. It's not going to happen. Long videos, everything new, my own channel, every single time. Highlights, odd items we find, curiosities. Yep, Dickensian curiosities. On the Shorts channel. I'm trying hard not to sneeze. Wait. Gosh. It's no pollen today, folks. I'm not breathing anything in. To be honest, there's virtually no breeze. It's very, very static and almost stagnant, actually. This could be a lovely bright morning in Monaco, guys. It's the same kind of temperature. In fact, beautifully bright and breezy, slightly. However, not super, super humid yet. I mean, that could all change really, really soon. So let's hope it doesn't, to be honest, because the horses seem pretty chill. Anyway, actually, wait, let's have a quick look while it's on behind me, which one we've got at this end. So we had Orion at the other end. 1 second. It's really like breezy. I mean, now it's like getting quite more breezy. Quite more, that isn't really a good expression, is it? It's getting a little more breezy. Or it's getting fairly breezy, or quite breezy, or The breeze is picking up there. Take your pick. Okay, so the VIPs are... the VIPpies have finished their trippy and now they're leaving. Now, so far, guys, two good things. One, I haven't been abused by any Frenchmen. And two, the horses are both looking exactly at the camera. Oh, thank you, beautiful horsey. And I'm going to ID for the viewers, don't you worry. 1 second, let me see if I can get directly in front. The hoof looks like a bit of a mushy mess, guys. Let me have a quick peek. 1 second. Oh my goodness me. Wait, the numbers are printed differently. Normally the numbers are printed across the hoof. In other words, you know, horizontally. This horse has his number stamped vertically. Now that's interesting. He's looking at me like, are you going to name me or what? Okay, I'm going to take a chance here because the bottom number is cut in half by the toe clip. And I'm going to suggest that I think it is, but I'll leave it to you guys. I think it's Tsunami, which on a breezy day like today is quite an appropriate name for a horsey, is it not? Now let's hope that I'm right, guys. Tsunami. I don't think we've seen this one on the channel before. Mr. or Miss Tsunami. Again, guys, as always, happy to be corrected if I got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure on at least one of the two numbers. Okay, so these are the VIPs. Getting a few pictures. Is it the turn of the ladies, I wonder? Yes, it is. Oh, yep, just march into the box. I don't think, however, in all honesty, anything will be said. And the reason I don't think anything will be said is that they might well be diplomats and it might not be worth the bother.
That's what the square's for.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're VIPs, diplomats. These people that are wandering in.
Makes a difference.
I mean, to be honest, it shouldn't, but I think that's why they're getting a free pass, because normally people will be shouted at when you get out of the box.
Yeah.
Odd. Very curious, in fact. As you just heard, folks, even the tourists behind me are shocked. It's like, hello, there's a box. Now, either she didn't see it, or she doesn't care. I'm very tempted to ask, but I don't want one of the possible security guys to scream in my face to get back. Okay, here's another VIP. Very well dressed, in fact. That's a very well cut suit. Okay, another VIP. Well.
Wait for the kick you.
Bro. How do they not see it? If
I want to see him kick someone. I love it.
it happens a lot here. Sorry, yeah, it certainly does. They deserve it. Very curious state of affairs, folks. 1 second. I'm not going to march over and, interrogate anyone, but I'd be very curious to find out. Oops. Can I ask you a quick question? Visiting delegation from Pakistan?
Yes. Yes.
Because I wondered, in fact, normally when people go over next to the horse and they stand in the box, the guard shouts in their face. But for some reason, he didn't shout in your face.
Actually, we visited this place and we are an official delegation from Pakistan.
So you guys are like VVIPs, pretty much. Yeah?
No, just for a few minutes.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Okay, folks, so he was modest. That was the gent that just walked into the box next to the horse. Not a hint of entitlement or arrogance, a thoroughly pleasant, affable gent who I think simply wasn't aware. But there is an officer who I'm not going to put on camera, a British Army officer that is with this group, so I dare say that might explain why they've got, super privileges. It is what it is, guys. Diplomacy is just that, diplomacy and compromise, consideration, and avoiding conflict. And it would not look good if there were a super viral video of one of these VIPs getting in trouble with the King's Guards. So fair's fair. Remember what happened last time? I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, when the Chinese VIP got themselves either bitten or shot at or both, and made an official complaint to the Foreign Office via the Chinese consulate. That's when things started to change with the signage. Remember, it used to say "Don't touch the reins," and they changed it to "Don't touch the horse." Okay, I mean, a very interesting and curious moment to capture, but it was a pleasure to speak with the gent and find out that the group are VIPs. It wouldn't surprise me at all, actually, if they're military VIPs, hence the get out of jail free card. But the curious things we see here, right? And to be honest, they got lucky, because this would not have been possible, and what they're doing now, if the regiments had been changed over, because that upheaval, as it were, in the yard would be ongoing. So 100% we confirm this one as Orion, and about sort of 50-50 I get, well actually no, higher than that, it's highly likely to be, was it against Tsunami I said, didn't I, at the other end? Happy to stand corrected. I'm not going to turn the camera yet, guys, because it looks like there's like a Swedish school group here, but there is a tour guide with like a very interesting top hat he's wearing, and a splendid Union flag waistcoat. If he comes this way, I'll try and pop him on the camera. He's very well dressed, actually. That's the tour guide that I would choose. He's a walking advertisement for London and everything that is wonderful and British. I'm surprised actually they didn't close the yard, because they often do that when there are hyper VIPs visiting, because it's just, you know, safer, isn't it? Let's be honest, especially given the volatile situation between Pakistan and India at the moment, even though it's kind of calmed down for the time being. I am here. Oh, I was just reading your sign. No, your sign says I am here. It's a tour guide, folks, who thought I was talking to myself, but I didn't realise he's holding a sign that says I am here. Where are horse cards, I guess? Now, interestingly, just looking at the other end, there's a gent who it looks like is lifting his kid up to touch the horse, but I think it's... Oh, you want me to take a picture of you with the horse? Yeah, of course. Sure. Okay, here he is. He's definitely here now, look, with his I am here sign. There it is, wait. I am here. Oh, he's hiding the sign behind his back. Okay, let's see if we can get him a good picture. Good looking young fellow. Oh, I'm hoping the trooper won't shout at him, even though he's slightly over the line. Okay. Pleasure. Oh. Headphones girl. Oh, of course I can, wow. Guys, I'm slowly becoming the unofficial photographer here at Horse Cards today. Oh, hold on, let's wait for the lady with the hat to get out of the way so I can get a good picture of the lady without the hat. Not over the line, but a bit. You need to be a bit closer. It's okay, I could just about fit you in though, that's the thing. Can we take another one, see, because you were a bit far from the horse. Yeah? Okay, alright. Pleasure. Gosh, it's suddenly got really busy here, folks. Where did everyone come from? Wow. Honestly, there's a group of about 500 people around me right now, suddenly surrounded. I think I heard the trooper just say get out the box or something a minute ago when I was taking pictures for the tourists. Am I mistaken, or did he actually say it? More importantly, did we catch it? Trying to keep both sides of the box visible, guys. Easier said than done when it's this busy. Okay, anyway, the VIPs have vipped off. They're gone, they're done. So we'll kind of go back and forwards, I think, a little bit between the two boxes. I'm also really intrigued to find out. So, a second. To find out whether or not Wrangler is still here. He should be, in theory. They haven't changed anything. Nobody's left. One more step in, and I can hear a shout. I mean, in all honesty, folks, respect to her for trying to get close without breaking the rules, if that makes sense. She could have just marched up. Quite active, actually, with Smiley Tourist this morning. Don't forget, we're still not into tourist season proper, guys. In fact, this time next month, we'll be bang in the middle of it. The 4 or 5 weeks, British university students finish. A little after that, most schools finish. A little after that, international tourists flood into London. Here's the tour guide that I was talking about earlier, guys. Let's quickly pop him on the camera. I'm not sure he would particularly care. I've seen him out about many times. This gent hasn't got his hat on at the moment, but there it is. And yes, a Union flag waistcoat. Oh, so this lady's back again, the one from the other end, who's again doing her little delicate balancing act on the line, not actually going over it, but balancing on it. Look. I wonder if she's an equine dental surgeon, perhaps, and she's here purely to offer her services, inspecting the horse's teeth for free. What do we think? I can't think of any other reason you want to put your head over the line so close to the horse's mouth. Oh my god, what the flip? A massive Frenchy group. Hello, the teacher just stopped right in front of me. That's a bit odd. Look. Wait. Why are there so many of the Frenchies here? Actually, wait, hold on. Let's try and get ourselves in a little teeny bit. There we are. That's better. Gosh, it's really busy here. Do you know what? It's a school group. Let's leave them to it, folks, for the moment. It's a flipping massive group. With, as I can see, only one teacher looking after a group that large. Like what? We missed it. That's a shame. The police got it pretty much instantly, but those two gents coming out of the yard are just about to appear from the gate on the right. Had walked right into the archway. But luckily, the NCO, as you can see, walking behind with the riding crop, spotted them. And the police have just told them that they're not allowed in the archways. Yeah, not allowed in the archways. Naughty, naughty. Okay, old trooper on duty here. But guys, we do still have 2 empty archways. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you. And it's looking like they're going to be empty for some time, people. Yep, sometime. But let's remain optimistic. Okay, this is the size of the group. Look around the horse this end. It's a lot of people, no? Like a lot of people. Okay. Now, luckily, they're all being smart and not getting too close. But golly, you think they built a new Eiffel Tower here, folks? The way that everyone is standing here and staring in amazement. I'm reasonably sure that most French people have not only seen but also eaten a horse before. So I'm struggling to understand the fascination, to be honest. But maybe they're from somewhere like Lyon, an industrial city where there aren't many horses. I don't know. Problem is, actually, the group has completely surrounded the box, meaning that there's actually no way for anyone else to get close to it. The teacher's saying par le bas. I'm quite surprised, actually, because no one here looks old enough to consume alcohol. I don't actually even know what sort of Parlabar means, guys. What does it mean? I'm not going to ask the kids, they're too young. Parlabar. I guess it means like get your asses moving. Okay, right, that hopefully opens up a bit more space for some other people to get anywhere near the horse, because right now behind me it's just the whole walkway is packed with people. So if the access to the back is still closed, I'm thinking it will stay closed until probably Monday now, at the earliest. The fact that we had removal of the 2 foot relief sentries, then the closure of the back, it's actually amazing that anyone still bothers to come here, to be honest. We've got about, I don't know what, 50% of what we had this time last year. I am wondering, however, folks, whether or not the big chiefs upstairs thought to themselves, look, you know, we've got a very, very busy season, this military season. The V80 parade, in addition to all of the usual stuff, okay? Plus new colours were presented, I believe, in Windsor this week. So a hell of a lot going on with the Household Cavalry. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they thought a couple of months ago, why don't we pull the sentries off for the time being, make things a little less crazy pressure-wise. Also, knowing that there'd be so many closures to the back and the yard being completely rammed and the troopers in the yard being harassed pretty much relentlessly, I would think, over the past couple of weeks if they've been here. I think the bigwigs thought to themselves, let's remove them, possibly for 3 to 6 months, and possibly reinstate the foot relief after tourist season, i.e. either late September, early October. So my opinion on the matter is that if we don't see a foot relief return by October 1st, it ain't happening, people. I don't just mean this year, I mean ever. Yep. My money would be on either an autumn return or no return. That I'm pretty sure is the way they're looking at it. However, though, no return is going to be an odd one, because one would think they would have sealed up access to the archways a little better and added signage explaining that, you know what, you can't enter here and you can't enter there. So the absence of any new signage, and bear in mind we do know that new signage will be possible because of the fact that, look, we've repainted the box. Okay, so if they're getting someone out to do maintenance, i.e. the box, they could easily add a new sign or two. Troopers pulled the horse out of the sunshine, so he's basically vanished on us for the time being. So Mr. Orion, yes you, hello. Enjoying the sun, but this is a key thing, folks. Where are all of the tourists? To be honest, I think there's a very good chance that everyone that left the palace, or in fact are in the process of leaving the palace area, are making their way along Birdcage Walk to Parliament Square and along the Mall toward Trafalgar Square, and will converge here where we're standing now in the next probable 15 to 20 minutes. In other words, if it's not busy by noon, 12:15, it will not get busy today. That will determine whether or not there's a part 2. Busy days, I will capitalise, go for a part 2. Less busy days, I won't capitalise and go for a part 2, because there's no point. Plus, guys, we know there are a few people that stand here for the whole 6 hours every day, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And 90% of what is filmed in those silent hours. I think the police are wondering where that gent is going, because it's all closed. So where does he think he's going? Super curious, to be honest. Like, he actually vanished. I don't think they moved because of the fact solely that there's nowhere for him to go, unless he has London District clearance and can head into the HQ. pretty sure little Mr. Over-enthusiastic on the left was going to walk straight over and touch the horse then. Oh, US tourist. I wonder who that was shouting. That's actually kind of considerate. She walked over and said to the trooper, "Can I take a photo?" Thank you. I think she means, can someone take my photo? Oh, and there he is. I mean, to be honest, it's actually kind of cute that people are polite enough to ask. Because most people just can't be bothered to ask, can they? They just march over like they own the place and boom. He's trying to have a chat with the trooper this time. And the trooper is not responding. Actually, a lot of people are heading in. 1 second. Every single time I see someone heading into the yard, it looks like they're going to head into the archway. 1 minute. It's actually really good to see the NCO out talking with the old trooper in the yard in the sunshine. To be honest, I secretly hope that I'm active like that one of his age. I don't know if he said he's 90. Pretty sure he told me he was 90. Who wants to be sitting at home on a sunny day like this, aged 90? I wouldn't. Oh, who's next? Mr. Ralph Lauren polo cap wearing tourist. To be honest though, you can see a lot of people are marching past into the yard right now. They're all going over to the shop to buy something. I wonder actually if the shop's doing a lot better than before, because even though there are a lot less people entering the yard, those that do enter the yard are almost all going to the shop and buying something. So less foot traffic, but probably higher takings, which has to be a positive, am I right? Anyway, we've got the changeover coming in about 7 minutes. This is why a lot of people, I've just noticed, have marched themselves onto the line. It's a small tour group, in fact. No, it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, folks, let me know what you think about my theory vis-a-vis the foot leaf, return of the foot relief. Definitely not foot relief. Are they going to return it? If so, when? Wait, what? We haven't seen many people standing here for a picture with the back of their head facing the camera, have we? But I guess it's always a first. Okay, here comes our lovely orderly. I have no idea why they're not letting rip at the people that go over the line. It'll be interesting to see what is going to happen depending on the replacement 2 troopers who will be out shortly. Anyway, yeah, the orderly's having a chat with the other trooper. Look, edging closer and closer and closer. However, not actively walking straight into the box. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Where's this tourist think she's going? Oh, wait, she's not a tourist. It's the orderly. Okay, we're all being told to get ourselves back, folks. Behind the bollards, here's another one. Oh, she's on it. What about this Chinese girl? She's going to get in trouble? Oops. This orderly is so good because she's really subtle. But look, She makes sure she tells everybody without shouting at them, without raising her voice. She's brilliant, no? Yep. Guys, a firm favourite of mine, like the lady orderly that the Blues have. Remember the one that ushers everybody with gesticulating arms in a very unique way. Oh, they're still coming over. Wait, the orderly's gone now. This is why, guys, it would not be a bad thing to have an orderly permanently present. About actually 5-6 minutes from the change, so I'm surprised because for the moment there's still access allowed. That these gents are kind of like, oh, are we allowed in? Are we not allowed in? Yes, access is still allowed. I guess the orderly's kind of saying, look, get behind the bollard to get in the yard, but make your mind up right now. Okay, so I'm secretly hoping we might have missed the Wrangler coming back out after the change, folks. No guarantees, but why am I hoping that? Well, because it'd be interesting to see if he does come back, if he can actually complete a shift. Big if. I'm kind of tempted to go into the yard, but at the same time I'm kind of not tempted to go into the yard. I think, in fact, what we'll do, guys, we'll go to the other end, to the other box, and see what's going to happen after the change, and indeed during the change at this end. I think that's going to be the smart choice. So less people at this end, plus we get to see everyone that's going through into the yard from this end, etc. Look, in fact, tons of people heading into the yard now. They're flooding it. I'm glad we didn't risk it. I don't think the police are letting anybody go onto the VIP corner this morning. Everyone that's going in has asked, has been pointed at and told that side. This is why I think there's a massive squish of people. I bet they're exploring the archways as well. I've no idea if these two girls want a fashion shoot. One second. If they are, they're going to come over to the horse. In fact, there are far more people in the yard at this point than there are at the front here. For guard change day, Wednesday, it's very odd. And I don't mean the guard change here either. I mean the guard change at the palace. Is it a fashion show or is it just some kids messing about? I can't really tell. Who's coming next? Curiously, guys, despite this huge number of people constantly flooding along here, everyone is pretty chill vis-a-vis the boxes and stuff, which is kind of a pleasant surprise this morning, to be honest. The clock, we've got 1 minute. Also, I do think if people decide to get too close during the changeover, this troop is likely to be the one to tell them to get lost. Okay, these girls love London. Good to see. They smile. I'm not sure if she was telling me to smile then, or the horse. Yep, that's the police being as noisy as they possibly can at the front. Seeing a lot of very expensive vehicles as well. Look, like there's been a lot like that. I'm not sure if actually it's not a diplomatic vehicle. A lot of Rolls Royces and other extreme high-end vehicles. What is going on in London this morning, folks? I mean, the clock is reading noon to my eye. I mean, so they're not running late. The lifeguards are probably not happy at all about having this effective extra day. Could be worse. You could have had the weekend and then left at 4 on Monday. That would equal almost a 96-hour shift. Yikes. Imagine that, guys. And they say it's not difficult to sit on a horse. No, but it might be difficult to get up at 5 a.m. and make the horse ready and all the kit. surprising actually just how many people have turned up to watch this changeover in the yard. Clock's reading past noon now, so I'm not sure why they're running a teeny bit late. Oh, who's that? Okay, we've got some absolute head case. Troopers noticed him. Some mad guy walking through the traffic. I flip. I hope he doesn't come this way. Just a second. Actually, yeah, the police have already spotted him. There's some complete and utter moron coming along. The police have already got eyes on him.
New post is coming out.
Looks like some. Look at this. This guy's off his nut. And he's coming toward the horse. Police are going to stop him. Pushed him back. Probably smart. He's absolutely off his nut. Oh, he's screaming about respect. Some absolute bellend. Obviously, he decided to keep his mouth shut until he got a bit further along. He's just laughing. I mean, to be honest, that's all it deserves, isn't it, really? Absolute idiot. I couldn't even work out what he was shouting about. Oh. Police just said, welcome to London. Flip me out, guys. New day, new Fruit Loop. Okay, anyway, here comes a new replacement horse. Goodbye. Oh, who's next? Okay, I was thinking for a second that might have been Wrangler back, because it's this trooper, the trooper that was on Opera when he had his meltdown, then was on Wrangler when he had his meltdown on Monday. He's now back on another horse. Will it be a threesome, folks? Will we have yet another meltdown, same trooper, new horse, or will the horse behave? Let's see. Anyway, I'm actually kind of delighted that it's this particular trooper at this end, because not only is he a superb horseman, but he's very, very, very firm in enforcing the box. So I mean, I guess that's got to be a huge positive, and it confirms that we will be heading into a part 2. Yes. Okay, so that's the changeover pretty much complete, folks. This is what we've got here. I've fully zoomed out as much as I can be. And look at that, that is a lot of people, man. Along the front. Plus, everyone that's in the yard now is going to start leaving the yard now. Hopefully not via the horse box. Let's see. Okay, so we're in a good spot, I guess. Out they come. Now the gate's open. Let's see if we can ID this horse before it starts to get a little wild here again. Horse looks super chill now, guys. Will it last? That's the question. He's busy yapping away at the camera. 1 second, let's see if I can get the hoof number. If he does have a meltdown, this one, guys, it's going to be a triple meltdown video. Right, I am counting this one as being instinctively, again, it's a bit of a mess, Vespa. Yeah, I'm going to call this horse as being Vespa. Again, if I'm wrong, guys, feel free to correct me in the comments. Oh wow, yeah, the cues from the palace are really starting to pick up now. big time. So we're going to get, I think, a reasonably steady stream of people coming up. So we might have a full part 2, we might have a partial part 2. Let's see how we go. Got a good spot right behind the centre bollard, so we should be able to, I think, capture the majority of this trooper's shift cleanly without bobbing heads. Plus we should, if we're lucky, be able to get both tourists and the box meeting the wall. Now, not one person was shouted at in the shift that the previous 2 troopers just completed, which is curious. But again, there were VIPs here, so maybe they were told not to say anything. Let's see if that is the case now. So we haven't really, that I remember, had a situation with neither of the troopers not saying anything at the same time, if that makes sense. It's been like weeks. Both regiments have been really on it in terms of telling people to shift themselves. Vespa. I have a right about this this horse. Look, chatting away, look. Yap, yap, yap. And eyeballing me as well. I think the best way we're going to know, guys, if there's going to be super enforcement at this end, is when people are marching themselves over. If the trooper is glancing or paying extreme attention to their feet as they do so. Police horses, but annoying enough, they're on the other side of the road. Yeah, look, he's straight away looking at the position of the lady's feet. So he's going to be on it. Ta-da. Potentially could be a cost though, guys, to all of this warm, dry weather. Super low rainfall. Could be a bit of a parched summer, which is not very nice actually, to be honest, when the grass is all yellow and horrible here in London. Royal parks look, yeah, it's been a few years since we had one really parched, but it just is not particularly pleasant. Let's hope it pours down between now and the beginning of June. Come on. There's the cautiously approaching. In fact, exceptionally cautious, almost everybody now. Okay, this is good. These young lads that just arrived on the right immediately stopped and discussed the fact that there is the box on the ground. It's okay, it's okay. Oh, bro, flip this dude here. Oh, yeah. Little dude's got a teddy. I thought the trooper was going to say something, I really did. Actually, this is a great spot, folks, though, to see everything as they approach. Slightly shady spot for the moment, but I'll keep an eye on the other end. We will have a look there at some point. I know that the trooper actually in the other box is not super overjoyed about being filmed, but he'll have to accept the fact that there are several people already filming him, like standing right in front of him actually. Okay, Another one. Oh. Look how quickly they're correcting themselves. I think the trooper's actually hoping someone will step over. Give his lungs a morning workout. Oh, I don't recognise this corporal of force. Or if we have seen him before, it's been a while. Oh, a bit lopsided on the horse. Slipped in the saddle or something. How do they all instinctively immediately recognise the line? I guess it having been repainted and more visible means that almost everyone is coming to a complete standstill, aren't they, as they hit the line? I wonder if the line is actually some kind of sticky glue, because they're all stopping very abruptly, aren't they, when they get to the edge of it? Oh, move back for the white line. There we are. There we have it. She was the first one this morning. What? What the hell is that?
I've never seen a cat like that.
She pretends to be like a cowboy, a cowgirl. Curious. Oh, another one. Get back for the white line again. Okay, so he's, as suspected, super on it with USU vests. Okay, got Portuguese, actually more likely Brazilian bro next to me, setting up a little camera to make a video of himself. 1 second. Wait for a yellow t-shirt, I think. Will be up next. Not sure what he's doing, but he's either brave or crazy, because that will get knocked over in 1 second when he goes over to the box for his little video. Okay, so he's programmed his kit. I got up to get ready, but then all these ladies walked over, so now he's bent down to reprogram it for probably another 30-second delay for his picture. Oh, here he is. Sorry. Okay, Troopers pulled the horse out a little bit, simply because this massive group of blue-hatted minions has arrived, and he doesn't want them marching through the box. Fair enough. Wait, so that whole little camera setup, tripod, everything on the ground, was just so that he could give a salute and then leave. Curious. Oh, he's back. I mean, the only thing I'm really surprised about, to be fair, guys, is that he's got more hair than me. Wow. I'm feeling quite inferior at this point. Right. Now, where did this lot arrive from? I didn't even see them go into the yard, so how are they coming out of the yard? I wasn't paying attention. Unless, no, I don't think they opened up the back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that massive number of people, guys, that I was talking about, starting to arrive from Parliament Square End and Trafalgar Square End, it's beginning. Yikes. Really tough choice, actually, to decide which end to concentrate on. I'll see how we go here and decide whether or not we'll do a bit of 50-50 or focus on this trooper's shift. Yeah, I'm a little bit in the air. I'm kind of watching what's going on at the other end, and to be honest, the trooper isn't really moving a lot. In other words, like to look at people in the other box. Here's the police horses from the palace. Oh. I think first she said, whoa. That's a lady pushing a pram, actually, that briefly just went through the box. Very interesting this morning. You missed it, my friend. There was a very VIP delegation from Pakistan that were here, and so important that they were allowed to stand right in the box, right next to the horse without getting shouted at. They were with one of the officers, though. They'd been in the stables and everything else. And are you? Okay, wow. Okay, got it.
You understand?
Yep, I understand. It was just really curious to see how they got that close. Oh, I'm not sure if this lady wants to feed the horse something. Notice the trooper just pulled the horsey out to pretty much force everybody to make a little bit of space around the box because it was getting a little bit crowded. Again, you might well have a nervous horse. It's all good. Yeah, you might have a nervous horse. Oh, white gloves. White gloves, whistle posse, guys. Just going to a house party. Oh, he's back, look. Oh, God. Wait, he's getting on his knees in front of me, folks. Should I be worried? He's a good-looking guy, but he's not my type. He's got himself some super cute videos, to be fair. Horsey's not looking too happy, folks. I'm sensing a mini meltdown is imminent. But if that does happen, it will not be in this part. It will be in part 2, which I'm about to start in just a couple of minutes. Super enforcement as usual by this trooper. He is the most consistent lifeguard, I think we'd all agree, ladies and gents. Since the Gatesmanator, in all honesty. Oh my gosh, the crowds that are turning up now are massive. Oh. In fact, he's not even just enforcing the box, he's making sure nobody gets themselves close to the white line to potentially get in trouble. In other words, he's ensuring that there is at all times a good solid amount of space around the box and, more importantly, himself and his horse. Bloody hell, we've got super packed. I'm going to start part 2 in just a moment, everybody. Be right back, okay? Bye for now, guys.